Hello everybody and welcome, I'm SonOfMowgef. It's Thursday and I'm playing Ecosystem. This is actually a re-recording. I did this whole thing already. I spent like 4 hours making an episode and getting the footage and doing the weights like I normally do, and the footage isn't there. It's gone. It was my fault, mostly. The hard drive that I record to was full and I didn't check it, and I either didn't get a notification saying it was full or I missed it. So, yeah, my bad. I've sorted it out, and rather than redo everything, I'm just going to give you guys a fairly brief overlook of what I'd previously done. Luckily, I noticed it before everything was finished, so if you remember last week, I had this problem where the ecosystem was starting to collapse again. So I took measures to try and rescue it. It did not go well. Let's have a look here. Oh yeah, here we are at the beach. And you can see things have not been going great. If I look up here, look at the state of this, look. It's going really badly. I do this. You can see up here where I tried my rescue that these patches never grew. Not one of them ever grew anything. I mean, they grew, just that one patch, but they never spread out. Look. The only thing that grew was the kelp, strangely enough. The only thing that I hadn't used previously was the only thing that did any amount of growing. Like, everything else just didn't do anything. It just sat there until some fish ate it. But look, this kelp had a bit of a grow. And look, these kelps had a bit of a grow. I think there's some over here, look, that did alright. And this. Everything else, literally everything else, all died out. None of what I put down to try and rescue things ever amounted to anything. You can see it's all gone downhill pretty damn quickly. Oh, although some of my mushrooms survived right from the very beginning. Awesome, I like that. I'm starting to think that there's an issue with games that have been running for a while. I mentioned it briefly last week. These little patches of grass, this is how the game does things. This is just an example, by the way. Like, this will decide it can spread to an area, and it'll create a little patch like that, and it'll grow like a new version in it. And then the idea is that it would spread out from that patch. However, what I found is that after some time during the simulation, when the plant dies or is eaten, nothing ever grows there again. At least that was my impression. And I wanted to test it, because you guys know what I'm like, especially if you've watched my colony survival. I tend to do things in excess, like to a stupid degree, or not at all. Which is very indicative of my personality type. So what I decided to do was this. This is what I did. I decided to see if the problem was with me. As I mentioned, I have a very particular personality type. So I started a new map. This is the reef. It was previously completely empty. Now what I did was I came in here. You can see I've still got research to do, and from here you can see I've only selected these 3 plants, the ones that you get right at the beginning. And I put one patch, like about there I think, and one patch about there. One of each. And I've just left it. That's all I did. I just walked away and let it do its thing. And this is the result so far. You can see it's spread out really, really nicely, which is how things tend to go right at the beginning. It is mostly this plant, but there is some of the Amazon blade... What is it called? It's mostly this, the grass rack pondweed, and the Amazon sword plant. Not blade plant, sword plant, SonOfMowgef. You can see it's spread out reasonably well. In fact, very well. It's encompassed a large amount of the map. Now, this has been running for nearly 2 hours, just short of. You can see everything is going reasonably well. It is a little patchy, which is interesting, but it's fine for now. And then what I did was I came over to the middle. And what I'm going to do is just like recreate it, what I did. So the idea was to just get a basic ecosystem going. I don't want to do too much and I don't want to do too little. So I went, boop, one blip of foragers so they don't overpopulate and they don't eat everything and they don't cause the collapse of the ecosystem. And I also put down one blip. Well, why doesn't it like that? Is it too close? Oh, it's too close, I think, to the others. Hang on. Okay, I'll just put another blip of predators there to keep the foragers in check. Again, the idea being that I don't want an overpopulation. There's a lot of food here, and, you know, a lot of fish eat a lot of food, and this is just to help keep them in check. And then the plan was to leave this running for another couple of hours, and which I actually did do, and come back to check to see how things have been, you know, going, and then make a few more changes and come back to it next week. That's when I realised that I had an issue with the previous footage that I had thought I had recorded but hadn't. The video file was like 1.5 minutes long, so my bad on that one, like I said. So I'm gonna load that, the results of that, and we'll continue from where I realised there was a problem. It's gonna be an interesting episode. I'm gonna get some comments for sure. Okay, welcome back. It's been 2 hours, almost to a minute. Almost, not quite. I'm never that precise. So as you can see, things have gone fairly well. The plants seem to be still spreading out, although at a reduced rate, but they are hitting edges now, so it's not that surprising. What I am interested in, you can see right here, there's a small patch of dark. If I move... I moved the wrong way. Hang on. I'll just click elsewhere. You can see there's a patch here, look, that's been steadily growing. It's right about here, which is interesting. We've only got 2 species of fish left, which I think is the forager and the predator. There's the foragers, look. And these are the predators. Which are very odd looking, but I think what I'm gonna do is find this bit in the middle here and see if I can rejuvenate things, right? Because 2 plants, one little bit like one place and one little bit there covered this entire amount of map. If I click here, let's see what we've got here that might be nice. I've got tons of points. I might be able to unlock a whole bunch of things. These might be good. They do well near other plant species. These do well near other near pioneer plants. These do well on outcroppings. Oh, my hydrilla that I like so much. Yeah, let's get both of those. Okay, so what if I just put down one piece of one piece each of the hydrilla in this general area. And before next week's episode, I'll leave that running for a while and we'll see how that goes. I think that's not a bad idea, actually. Let's have a look. So I can put... Oh, hang on. I need to save it before I do anything. You notice I've got Reef Stage 1 and Reef Stage 2. Reef Stage 1 is just the plants. Reef Stage 2 is after I put down the fish, so I can return to the various stages. Which makes me think... Do you know what I'll do? I'll put these down and then save it, so I've got a third stage. If I put this down, say... Here, that's the big leaf hydrilla. Boom. And then where's the other hydrilla? Is it that one? Okay. I can put that there. It's reasonably close to this one. It's at 100% adaptability, like that one was. And see if that'll do anything, because it kind of occurred, several things occurred to me while I was away. If I put fresh plants down only in the middle and then leave it, if we find them anywhere other than the middle, then we know fully well that they've spread out amongst the other plants. They haven't started to yet, which is interesting, but sometimes it you know, takes a little while. There's not a lot of fish around here anymore. They've migrated off over there. Just fine. They forage an area and move away and forage some other area. But I noticed that when I put these down for the first time, they spread out very, very quickly. These are not doing anything right now. But if that doesn't work, I can use the tool to clear a section out in here and then put them back down and we can try it again. So let me save it now as stage 3. Like that. Oh, look, it is actually seeding now. That's cool. They both went at the same time, I think. Which is fantastic. That'll put the health of the entire ecosystem up quite significantly. But again, I want to do things slowly and somewhat methodically. Let everything spread out for a significant period of time before I add more or change more or do more. The other thing that came to my brain while I was just busying out is that I can do these 2 tests at the same time. So I've already saved this, which is fantastical. What I'll do is if I go back to the beach level, which I think is here. Okay, here we are, back at the beach level. I can do another experiment here. You notice there is a hell of a lot of wildlife here. There is a lot going on. And for science, what I can do is, thanks to the information update, but you notice everything is still going downwards. None of it ever went up. Except for the fish. The plants I'm talking about. What I can do is I can cull an entire species. So if I just remove all wildlife from the map, anything that could ever reduce the plant's survivability will be gone. And then I can leave it running to see if everything recovers. And, you know, maybe start over. So I'm going to do exactly that. Oh, this is going to be fun. You watch this. Boom. Oh, it does say, are you sure? Yes. Yes. Okay, this is going to take a while. Let's go. Let's get it done. There we go. There is now no fish life whatsoever. If I do this, look, nothing. There is nothing there. It's all gone. And now, if I leave this running with absolutely nothing to its detriment, give it a sec to clear all the corpses off. This should all regrow, technically, shouldn't it? With nothing around to eat it. And there is still a fair variety of species about. There's still a lot of... my god, look at all this! Yeah, there's still some sponge and some of this coral over here. There's still a few anemones and this honeycomb coral and a few sponges and whatnot over here. Although it's mostly desolate. This some of the kelp that I put down previously. This blue stuff is still doing amazing over here. Let's see if that spreads out any. You can see a patch of something there. What is that? Oh, it's just a shiny bit of ground. Alright. And again, over here we've got some sea anemones and some coral and a few other bits and pieces just chilling out. And I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but the mushrooms are still living. I think they were over in the middle here somewhere, weren't they? So I can find them quick. Where are you? Where's my mushy rooms? I don't know. I can't find them anymore. I don't remember where I put them, and I don't remember where they were living. As you can see over here, look, nothing ever grew. Nothing at all. Oh god, I'm going mad with the height. Oh, there they are. There's my mushy rooms. So, yeah, I've got 2 saves to to manage. But what I'll do is I'll find some time at some point to just let this go. Just to let it run in the background while I'm off doing other things. Next week, I'll do some prep for our new reef area to see if what happens with the hydrilla I just put down. And I can run parallel experiments and, you know, hope for the best. So, if you've got any suggestions, you know, any hints or tips or ideas, I've just noticed something grew then. I think that was some kind of... That's the open brain coral, isn't it? So things have changed already. It might be that I just overdid things in every scenario that I've played so far. It's going to be interesting to find out exactly how things go from this point onwards in both maps. So, oh look, things are regrowing. I just saw some things up there grow, look. That's really interesting. Anyway, I'm trying to end the episode and getting interested again. I know it might sound like I've been quite negative in this episode, but I'm still loving this. I still think it's a brilliant game. It's very, very pretty. I just need to wrap my head around how to get things going, you know, get some variety in an ecosystem that balances itself. And it's much more complex than I ever gave it credit for, and that's an amazing thing. Nothing else grew. It grew right there. And it's, yeah, I look playing around with different things to see what I can get working or not get working. So, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done that. I'll be back tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? I do this every time. Oh yeah, it's Friday, which means Oxygen not included. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. That game is really very fun. It's inspired me to start playing some more RimWorld. I played that for a few hours, you know, here and there throughout the week, and I'm really liking that as well. So it's like a journey of rediscovery and joy for games that I've not played or not played in a while in case of RimWorld. So, what was I saying? Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Come back tomorrow for Oxygen Not Included, and I'll see you then.